Welcome everybody watching the VOD. Sending out announcements. Letting people filter in potentially if people end up coming, which is totally up to them. Okay, I think that should cover it. I think that's everything. Alright, we're gonna, because I have to do this on RetroArch to be able to actually get the retro achievements to happen, I could do this on my USB adapter for my NES controller, but I currently have my Hori controller plugged in, so we might as well try that. Lord of Meal Team 6, Sultan Salad Dodger, the Holy Unholy, Dishonorable, Rear Admirable, Fernando Sautsau, Juggy Duck. It's gonna start getting tough for you to keep outdoing yourself like this. Welcome, thank you so much for the 53-month sub, Ice. Deeply appreciated, holy moly. Hope you are doing well. Hope work isn't being too tiresome. We'll see. I mean, that wasn't to say that you can't do it. That you can't infinitely keep outdoing yourself. Because I have faith that you can. I'm just saying it might end up getting tough. They're running you nonstop. I'm not surprised. I'm so sorry. What's up, Mr. Exister? Aloha. Yeah, we're going to try doing some retro achievements here for Joust. The current high score on retro achievements is by... Where is it? Jago 88 or Yago 291,500 points. Solid score, solid score. Let's see if we can beat it. All right. Oh, the lag. Oh my. Whew. Okay, this is actually going to be tough with the new setup. I might want to change to the NES controller. Oh yeah, I might want to change the NES controller. Oh, Bird Boogie. I got an achievement! That's my very first achievement on Retro Achievements. Oh my. This feels so weird. You were shut down near Akron, oh. Well, glad it sounds like you are free for now. Uh-oh. Yeah, part of me wants to just do a one-and-done run, but I think I need to switch controllers here So, just a moment. Wee! I was gonna say we need the NES controller, but I ended up just saying Wii instead. Okay, so here's I think I can reset my achievements. Because I kind of want to do everything in one run if I can. Just cause. Joust. Your Steam Deck runs on RetroArch. You're in the land of oh my. Hard to come by now. Interesting. Yeah, I never tried to get a Steam Deck. I know that they were immensely all the rage a few years back. I feel like there is a way that you can reset your achievements. But this is my first day on RetroAchievements, so I don't exactly know what I'm doing. AI is effing with the Steam Deck market? The RAM. Oh. So I'm gonna have to turn this into 4x3 like this. I'm glad that RetroArch lets you do that because I'm used to playing this game in 4x3 stretch. Yeah. Okay, I get you. Yeah. Okay. Bunt and Joust, thank you so much for the 35 stream streak, Mr. Exister. Wow. I think that might be the first time somebody shared a stream streak. And that is an impressive one. It seems like you have not missed a single stream since your first one, which is impressive. Yeah. That's wild. So thank you. Alright, here we go, everybody. Let's see if I can do this all in one go now that I've switched back to my NES controller from the Nintendo Hori, which felt really weird. It's gonna feel weird no matter what, because of the emulator lag I've been playing on console since I came back to this game a few years ago. Thank you so much for gifting a community sub, Ice. I really appreciate it. Gifting it to Soniku Star. I shouldn't call people. I don't think I should call out people, but it happened. Sorry. Thank you so much for the gift sub. But yeah, let's do this. Let's see if I can get used to the lag. And let's see if I can beat that high score by Jago of almost 300,000 points. I have to configure this controller. It looks like. We're gonna false start so many times, aren't we? Please tell me this is actually gonna work in RetroArch. Input. What in God's name was that? Did you hear that? There was like an explosion somewhere. That's always a little unsettling. Okay. I think that should be okay now. We'll find out. Yeah, there was a big boom. somewhere that rocked everything. Okay, will this be the one? Okay, welcome to my first run of Joust with some false starts. Using a standard NES brick controller, this is going to be my first time playing on emulator in a long time. I came back to this game after almost 3 years on original console and did a lot of stuff. Got 1 million points 5 times, and now we're going to try to see if I can translate that here to emulator so I can get stuff going on RetroAchievements.com. And the current high score on RetroAchievements is by Jago, 88, with 291,500. Very solid score. Let's see if I can beat it. Let's see if I can get some of those achievements. Welcome, Jeff. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's do this. Joust indeed. Yeah, the input lag is definitely gonna take some getting used to. And it's gonna be even tougher. I think part of why I've been able... So, this is gonna be tough. Part of why I've been able to last long in this game... I forget what to do with this one. I forget what to do with this pattern. Oh my. Oh my. Let's just reset. Part of why I've been able to last long in this game is because playing on original console allowed me to react to things... It's not a huge amount of input lag on emulator, but it is definitely enough in this game to really affect you. This is the same pattern. I don't know what to do with this. Whatever, let's just go. And let's do the Burb Boogie. I'm so unconfident right now. It's gonna take a long time to get these eggs. They're all as far away as possible. The way momentum works in this game means that getting around this stage layout is impossible to do quickly. When there are less platforms, you can get around a little bit easier, but NES version of Joust, even more heavy and momentum-based than the arcade and Atari versions. Got an achievement there. And another one. Let's keep going. No spawns there. So you see one of my strategies is camping out at on top of a spawner to try and take out anybody who happens to spawn there immediately. And I'm using ceiling bounces as well. Those are incredibly useful to get around consistently and to stay above people and do stuff like that. Those are a lot of strategies that help me get far in this game. But stuff like that can still happen. Enemies are impossible to predict. They have frickin' billions of different things they can do every single frame. It is humanly impossible to completely control them. Can't even control myself! What causes the differences in score between killing enemies / eggs? It's a streak. For one thing, it's like the streak of enemies that you kill without dying, and then also there's an aerial collection bonus. If you collect the egg before it hits the ground, then you get extra points. Okay, no lives lost yet so far, but it's getting harder and harder and harder and harder. Every single wave. Nothing I could do about that. Oh, I got a weird little bit of physics there. I did not mean to do that. Okay, now pterodactyls are going to start coming out very quickly. Pterodactyls are like this game's ace in the hole, and I knew that I knew he was going to play perfectly there, and I had to mash perfectly, and I did not. So there's my first death to the easiest enemies in the game, the Bounders. That's one of the rules of Joust. You will die to Bounders. It does not matter how good you are. No spawns there. What else is new? Here comes Terry. I'm just gonna go for it. Yep. So that was not a good decision, but I did not know exactly where I was in the timer, so that was an unnecessary death. I should have played it safer and smarter, because I knew Terry was coming. Terry is possible to kill, but it is pixel perfect, and it's unlikely for it to work out if you are in the place where he spawns. This is not gonna go my way. Second Terry is here. And now the hunter is glued to the ceiling. That is just something that happens. We managed to survive there, but if this were a speedrun, the speedrun is now dead. There we go. That's a way that, like, ceiling bouncers are so useful for tracking enemies. It doesn't always work, but it helps your consistency if you can master them. There's 100,000 points. Perfect. Yeah, I had to bail on the spawner because I knew that hunter was coming, but then not only did I have to bail on the spawner and I didn't get that one... That really killed me? Okay. Not only did I have to bail and not get that one hunter, the other one didn't end up coming all the way up, so it was oh, what a play! The enemies are so unbelievably smart in this game. It's honestly the smartest AI I've ever seen, almost 40 years later. Honestly, a lot of good game design intentionally dumbs AI down, because if you don't, then you get games like this, where you can't, like, most players just can't get very far at all, because the AI is too freaking smart. They cover every single option, every single frame. I'm probably dead here. Okay. We got through it. The terrible Terry. Finally got a spawn. How long has it been? Uh-oh. I did not think I was going to be able to kill that bounder. Looking for giants, welcome! Great to see you. Thank you so much for the good luck. I am certainly going to need it, especially with input lag. Yeesh. Yeah, this is such an alien setup now compared to console. I'm going for it. Yay. Oh, we just barely didn't manage to beat Terry to appearing. That's a shame. Oh well. We got to wave 20. That is the last, like, progress achievement that is in this Retro Achievements page. This is like beating the game. You cannot beat Joust NES. It is endless. Even if I think you were to reach probably like wave 255 or something, it would probably just rebirth back to wave 0. And now we've got the Shadow Lords. I got 0 spawns, and nobody's cooperating. So this isn't looking too good. There we go. There's the Shadow Lord down. But this is not a good start to this wave. And so I'm just playing it smart and safe. There we go. Alright, sounds good, Ice. Thank you so much again for the sub and the community sub. I really, really appreciate all that. So here, now that Shadow Lords are present, I'm gonna start using the strategy of ceiling camping like the hunters do. But not against that one. it works better against the Shadow Lords than it does against the Hunters, because the Hunters are even better about gluing to the ceiling themselves. No, nobody has tasked this for progress. They've only tasked it as, like, play-arounds, and then they intentionally die not long into the game. So this is a bad start to this wave. We're not getting very good spawns in this run. Okay, that was a lucky interaction. So was that. You need a frick ton of luck to get anywhere in this game, but also, like, as you can see, like, there's my 9 lives achievement, thankfully. That was close. No bonuses there. Oh, that's a shame. Ooh, that was a bit of a challenge, but it worked out. If you use these strategies, you are more likely. You need intense luck, but if you use the right strategies and you get good enough, you will be more likely to get runs deep like this. Like, this is only wave 25, and this is, like, for most players, this is intensely deep. No, like, the farthest that, so far that I've seen anybody save state to is what I've done, save stating past wave 100, and seeing that it continues that far. Previously, there was information online that stated that the game rebirthed after wave 90. But... okay, there's nothing I could do there. So that's just Joust NES right there. Sometimes you die, and there's nothing you can do to get back up. That was unfortunate. Yep, Joust NES, I'm getting jousted. I'm getting jousted. My run is probably ending here. As I said, this is, like, once you get to a certain level, you can get decently far, but it's still all luck. Here comes Terry. And that egg is gonna hatch. Not much I could have done there. So that was the biggest disaster wave I think I've had in my entire time since coming back to NES Joust. I'm not doing much different compared to speedruns, no. Because I believe my speedrunning like, what I do to just survive ends up... when the luck happens, it's just fast. So it's just resetting until the game cooperates for you, which is... It's just a say game. It really is. Every single frickin' video game that I speedrun is like that. Unfortunately, the game said no in this run, but I think we've gotten every achievement in that run, so there's that. But we're just not going to get the high score. I mean, I could try. I'll try. I'll see if I can get the high score in this run as well. But I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, 40 years later, this game is remarkably unexplored. So far, I seem to be the person who has researched it. Me and Jade Per Ardua. I've researched it longevity-wise and how long it goes. Well, Terry almost did the perfect play. He just wasn't able to get off of my level. What a perfect play. That was just the perfect team play. Yep. Hunters are my least favorite enemy. The Shadow Lords are fine. You know what they're all about, and they're almost more predictable. They're easier to counterplay. They're not more predictable, they're easier to counterplay. Now there's wave 30 at least. I'm also used to, like, the bounds of my CRT, so I'm not exactly sure where the top of the screen is here. That's a huge problem. Because I need to be able to camp the exact top of the screen, like I have been on CRT. It's gonna take some getting used to. But yeah, anytime Shadow Lords are present, I try to ceiling camp perfectly. And Hunters are better at it than me, because they are perfect AI. I could have played that better. Alright. Let's try again. Yeah, input lag and emulator, like, perfect square screen is gonna make this a lot harder than I was hoping. At least we have a pattern that I recognize here. And I messed it up. Whatever. Burb Boogie. You will die to bounders. That's one of my rules of Joust. Shoot. I remembered what to do with that pattern, but I messed it up. But it's okay, it still went fine. What? That didn't... What? That didn't catch my legs on the ground? And there he goes. Yeah, this is like getting really precise, known patterns is going to be really tough on this setup. Yeah. Yep, there he goes. Bottom spawner was the place to be. Alright. I tried to get a little sound extension there. Just missed it. Of course I was late because of the input lag. Just wait slowly and patiently for them. They will eventually get there. Oh no. comes Terry. Wow. Oh, this game's interesting quirks. So no need to take him on directly, just use the ceiling bounce and you're gonna cover everything. Ceiling bounces for the win. I was late on the sound extension again. Okay. Yep, here comes Terry. I don't like this situation here. Nice team play. Let's just wait for the egg to die. Yep. Sorry, egg. Whoa, you will die to bounders because they do stuff like that. That's why ceiling bounces are preferable. Uh-oh. Okay, if he had been 1 pixel better, that would have been an issue. Okay. No deaths so far. There's the sound extension. I definitely had to go earlier than I usually do. There's 100,000 points. Yikes, 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 yikes. That could have been really, 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 really bad. Very lucky there. That guy is on some sort of strange mission. I don't know what it is. I don't think he does either. Now he's dead. Terry! Terry? Nice wave. Oh, that was so stupid. I just made the worst freaking decision. That's my first death in this run. And I'm probably about to die to a bounder. I cannot believe I tried to challenge him, and then once I did it the most wishy-washy way possible. And then once you're a sitting duck like that, there's literally, like, you just have to slowly watch yourself die. There's nothing you can do. You can't escape that. Nice miss. And here come the Shadow Lords. Nice play by Terry. Nothing I could have done. And here comes another Shadow Lord. The bird bounced. But it's gonna get it from above the platform because NES Joust. I killed Terry very, very, very fortunately. I realized too late that the timer was about to run out, and I got so lucky. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Why would you challenge a hunter who's going to glue to the ceiling? Why would you do that? I've made a couple really bad plays so far. Unfortunate. Bye. Now it's all up to what the Shadow Lord does. Yep, nothing I could do. You just have to glue yourself to the ceiling and pray. That is the strategy against Shadow Lords. Nice dive. Ah! Thank you, Terry. Yeah, some very unfortunate deaths there. Oh, I mean, one unfortunate death and then a lot of bad plays by me. We need to have a lot more lives than this. Whoa, he bounced off of nothing there. He was inside the frickin' corner. I was not expecting that bounce at all. I can't believe I didn't die. Surprised he didn't bounce. Oh my god. What a dive! Like I said, the enemy AI is incredibly smart in this game. I cannot get that guy. I cannot get him. Dear God. Thankfully, the bird got confused. Yeah, thankfully these aren't speedruns. Well, this is unfortunate. Nothing I could do with that team play. These are my least favorite waves, when there are a lot of hunters and some Shadow Lords. It's much simpler when it's all Shadow Lords. Look at this behavior. Look at these perfect dodges. Yep, I knew he was coming right there, but there was nothing I could do. And I got incredibly lucky again. I've gotten some ridiculously lucky Terry kills in this run. Perfect. Is that gonna... Huh. I have no idea. That would have been amazing. I've never seen an egg land on one side of the bottom platform and then bounce all the way across in a rainbow arc to the other side across the screen wrap. That would have been beautiful. Oh, what a dive! I cannot believe I didn't die there. That was such, like, he deserved to kill me there. That was such a perfect play. I was ready for him there somehow. They are locked in a dance. That was, they happened to be on the same y-axis 4 times in a row there to tie that many times in a row. That is Joust NES. You can't make predictions in this game, you have to make guesses. And try to take away their options, but sometimes you can't. Rough. You have to be kidding me. He read what I was gonna do before I did. I believe I have the new high score on RetroAchievements. Let's see what I can do from here. So I am now atop the leaderboard on RetroAchievements. I have technically done everything I've set out to do, but I want to see if I can get a really high score. But it's partially not up to me. It's a lot of it is up to the game. Unbelievable. Not a single one of them died there. Also, this is fun. And I managed to get a Shadow Lord to die. That's always incredible. Nice, perfect team play there. This is rough. What an interaction that was, or lack thereof. Perfect. Yeah, that was the perfect desync. There's no way to get up here. There's no way. I can't. When the game decides there's no way to get up, there's literally nothing the player can do. I tried. It was a perfect team play. He's glued. I had to try and get out of there because I was about to get dive bombed. That was a perfect team play. I got lucky there. That's the first time I've gotten lucky in a while. Made it to wave 40. But we are one, like, average wave away from dying. With this amount of lives. A normal wave is gonna kill me here. What? Joust NES. Joust NES. Falling into the ocean and not getting wet. That is Joust NES. Joust NES. I did my best. That is a new high score on RetroAchievements. Unfortunately, I had an average wave, and so I lost 4 lives. Let's try again. The way things are going, I doubt I'm gonna get above 500k tonight. Actually, let me check something really quick. Okay, that's what I thought. Thanks, Windows. Bird Boogie. I knew it. Those are... He just did 5 perfect plays in a row. That is Joust NES. The way they time their decisions is exactly in line with the amount of time it takes for the player to be able to move. So it just feels so cruel. Aw, so close. I won't complain about that. Too bad everything before that was super slow. In terms of this being a 50k time. And that luck wasn't good anyway. I just went straight through that egg because Joust NES. Amazing. Terry was coming through anyway. Goodbye, Terry. That was perfectly freaking timed for what just happened to Terry. Wonderful evening to you. Or good morning to you, I should say. I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much for the good luck. I sure as frick need it. We need that kind of luck in the later waves. I'll accept it here. But, you know. Let's just not get that egg, you know? Why would we want that egg? this is a bad situation. Everybody is perfectly guarding every avenue. And we're gonna get a double Terry here. Or that'll happen. Double Terry! Oh gosh, that was so close on the timer. That was a bad idea, but it worked. Oh my. That egg survived somehow. Somehow. The egg returned. Oh, Terry! Look at you go, baby! But it was all for naught, for now. Had to wait and see what he was gonna do. If I bounced off... Oh, well, I failed to... My thumb failed to press the left D-pad, so I just died for absolutely no reason, because my thumb just stopped working. If you make a single mistake, that's all it takes. Oh my. What?! What is my thumb doing?! That's not a good sign. My thumb just stopped working twice in like 30 seconds. I should have 9 lives right now. That's really bad. He's glued. Now he's not. That bounder's gonna be a huge problem. Okay, we're fine. Thank you. What? That one, let me have it too. Everybody's just diving right now. Is this the Summer Olympics? I cannot believe I survived that. The joke. I can't believe I survived the joke. And also, what Terry did. Okay, now we have 9 lives. We should have B lives right now. Let's stop thinking about that and just play. Oh my, what a team play. Just godlike. He was glued. I cannot believe the game gave that to me. Nice move. Oh! That bounder turned into a ghost. Hitboxes in this game are so precious. I managed to somehow kill the hunter, I think. By juking it into lava. I'll take credit for it. Why not? It's not something you often see. Okay. Yeah. It's so much harder to camp the ceiling with lag. Oh, nice. You have to make so many fine reactions in this game, and when you've got lag, that just hurts. Nice play. Yeah, you have to make frame-perfect reactions non-stop in this game, and it's impossible when you have lag. So I don't know if I can actually get very far on emulator. Look at you go. I knew you were gonna pick the perfect time. You did not let me down. You let me down into my grave. Well, this is a problem. Nice. Terry really behaved there. He could have made that impossible, but he didn't. Good Terry. There goes the Shadow Lord. I'm just going for it. I'm just going for it, man. I don't want that hunter to be alive so badly. I'm willing to trade my own life for it. That was almost a perfect team play there. This has been a weird run. Yay, I got the sound extension. Oh, okay. That was very, very lucky. I didn't have many options, but I still had, like... Even if you only have one option, and that option is to get lucky, that doesn't mean that you didn't get lucky because it was the only option you had. That was interesting. This is bad. Yep, I had to. This is where input lag is going to make it impossible. You have to be frame perfect to get back up in these situations. Every Shadow Lord situation, you have to react to everything frame perfectly, and I just can't. I really appreciate consoles so much more now. I just have to hope that I get luck like that all the way through. Oh! Wow. Very, very, very fortunate in many ways in that wave. Oh, Joust NES, man. What else can you say? Here we go. This could take all my lives and 10 minutes. And he did it again. He did the exact same slow, perfect kill. These two guys are gonna survive. These two guys are gonna end my run. He did it again. Joust NES. Nice. Nothing I could do. Perfect team play by 5 people at the same time. Nothing I could do there. I almost got back up, but then the game said no. We got lucky there, but... Okay. Nice. Oh my god, I killed somebody. Oh my gosh. Perfect team play. And my lives are gone. That's Joust NES. Yeah, I can't react to stuff like that whenever I'm on emulator. I think I need to massively... I think I need to just accept what I've done on console and accept a high score like this for retro achievements if it's impossible to do retro achievements on console. Hey, a wave can happen where you don't die 10 times. Let's see if I can make it to Oops All Shadow Lords this time, but this is where I immediately died last run. Perfect. I got so lucky there. I was not doing what I intended to do, and it just worked. I thought I was gonna bounce off of him, and instead I got 0 momentum from it, and that made me an absolute sitting duck. Oh, he turned around. Okay. Whatever. You do you, man. We got 400,000. At least there's that. Perfect. Every single move he made was absolutely perfect that entire time. That was me failing to account for the lag. And I'm dead. Oh, I can't believe he didn't kill me there. Okay, we made it to Oops All Shadow Lords. That's a victory. I thought I was gonna bounce off of him, and instead he perfectly dived, and so I ended up on the bottom, and so I got dive bombed. That was brutal in so many ways, and it didn't seem like it. Nice, I knew it. He does the perfect dive, and then goes Super Saiyan right when he needs to. Oh! Oh my life! He bent reality and it somehow didn't kill me. Perfect ceiling glue. That's rare for Shadow Lords. We're at wave 49 on emulator? Okay. I'm dead here. There's no way. Look at this. Look at that! It's too good to be true. The final enemy is gonna kill me. Oh my god. We beat wave 49 on emulator! Okay! And it was so sweaty at the very end. Holy freaking cow, I cannot believe they didn't take it from me. That's my first wave 49 completion on emulator. With very troublesome input lag. So there's that. The final Retro Achievement progress achievement is wave 20. So we have eclipsed that by 30 waves. We've beaten the score, we've beaten the high score on Retro Achievements by 250,000 points or so. So we're definitely, we've done some stuff here. And this is my favorite part of the game, Oops All Shadow Lords. This is just, I love this. This perilous dance. Unfortunately, it's ridiculously difficult to get here on emulator. I tried so hard. In the end, it didn't even matter at all. What? Whoopsie. No way. What does the game say? It says no. Okay. Let's refresh the page. Alright. I've gotten every achievement. I am the latest master of the game. The 31st, and I now have the top high score. $559,250. That is a bit more than half of my console high score. I'll take it. Thank you, Jeff. Do I do another run? It's so hard to get past wave 49 with the input lag. It's so hard. Ugh. Let me bring up the River City Ransom page and just take a look at it. But that was the main thing that made me want to try this, was seeing, like, not that Jogo's high score was really bad, but it's like, okay, I've gotten 1 million points 5 times. Let's see what I can do if I try a Retro Achievements, if I try it on emulator. Let's see what happens. And that's what happened. Like, it was definitely a lot harder with not being able to react immediately to things. But yeah, let's try River City Ransom really quick. Let's just mess around. Mess around. Everybody do the mess around. Okay. Just checking some things really quick. Uh. $48 achievements. Let's see how many I can get here. Oh, it what? I have to do this again? Okay. Here, let me just get a clean reset so we don't have to look at that. Alright. I'm sure some of these achievements have to do with advanced mode. Lag's gonna be interesting here as well. Oh god, yeah, it's intense on RetroArch, holy cow. Nice teamwork. Wait, no. Hold on. We have work to do here. Look at this desync. This lag is actually unbelievable. I knew it was there in Joust, but now that I'm playing River City Ransom, I honestly don't really want to deal with it. This is very much like, playing a game by looking at it through the OBS screen. Let's just go. So, hopefully I can get this working on a different emulator. Maybe a different emulator won't be as laggy. Maybe it's not just being on emulator. Maybe it's this one specifically. Yeah, I don't know. I want to do this if it's fun. And it's not really fun with this much lag. Ugh. That's really interesting. I'm actually really happy. That feels really cool that I was able to get to wave 54 in Joust with like 0.3 seconds of input lag. Yeah, I might need to try. I might need to do some different setup and try it on a different emulator and see if that takes like the unbelievable lag away. But hey, we beat Moose! Alright. So sorry, this is going to be a really, really short one. I think I'm going to raid Elrock. Elrock checking out some V games. He got a 1cc today, a 1 credit clear in his challenge of getting a 1cc in every game in the alphabet, A to Z. And he's getting pretty close. He's at V. So, heck yeah. Right now, he is checking out Valkyrie no Densetsu. Nice. So, feel free to hang out there and check that out. I'll be back probably, like, we'll see if I can get an emulator set up with RetroAchievements that is less laggy than this. This is unbelievable. And I wonder if that's what people have been saying about RetroArch, and I forgot about it. But it was a really interesting challenge trying to figure Joust out with that going on. And yeah, that really tells me that I think even with the reduced lag that I had on my other emulator a few years ago, switching to console was huge. I think that is one of the big reasons why I was able to actually achieve what I did in such a short time after coming back. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, I wish all of you the best that life has to offer. Have a beautiful one. Dream on, folks. Peace. Take care. Thank you so much. As always.